Hello, welcome back to TUI Sports. We are in Richmond at the Barber Club, and for a very special conversation, we have with us the co-founder and the person who manages this studio, Lorenzo.
Yes,
thank you for taking time out for us. And we'll straight away cut to the matter. And
of course.
Cut to the matter. It sounds ironic because we are in a cutting studio right now. So this is the go-to place for Indian cricketers, right? They've been here in Australia for a long time, and even before the main team arrived, the India A cricketers were here. A lot of videos I've seen you, applying those fresh cuts on Prasidh Krishna, Ishan Kishan. Just talk us through about the experience, why Indian cricketers come here, what's so special here, and the cricketers you have cut and the kind of conversations you have had. Just take us through all of that.
Of course. So, like you just said, we have a lot of them, majority of them come down here. I think one thing that myself and Jordan do very, very well is he understands that the cricketers are people and that a lot of the time maybe they don't want to talk about cricket. They want to talk about other stuff, whether it be home, food, travel, whatever they want. So we try and make them feel as comfortable as possible when not making them out to be a big star, which is what they are. They are just human beings, and they just want to be treated like human beings. So I think that's what, especially Jordan, that's what he does very, very well.
What kind of conversations do you have with them? Better food joints, where do you get the best steak?
What I like to know is where, because obviously they travel everywhere, where the favorite places that they travel. I haven't traveled that much, so I like to talk to them about travel. I like to talk to them about their training routine as well. I'm very interested in training and everything like that. So getting insight to how the elite athletes train. Sometimes you even talk to them about their relationship with their partner or their relationship with family and friends. And obviously India is a very rich culture in family. So we touch on that. And anything that they want to talk about, you mentioned off air before. It's like a therapy session. So anything that they want to talk about, we talk to them about.
So what do you sense when a cricketer comes for a cut? Do you kind of gauge their mood, whether he's a bit uptight or whether he's free for conversation? How do you break the ice? Let's get there, breaking the ice.
The first thing, they're obviously coming in for a haircut, so we're going to talk to them about their hair and everything like that. But then as soon as I do it, I usually start with one of the three, like I just spoke about. I said, how's your travels been? And then they'll either say good or they'll say, oh man, I can't believe it. We stopped here and we stopped there. I'm really tired, this. And then that's kind of how I break the ice is, you always got to kind of make it about them. You're not talking about yourself. You're going to make it about them. But a good one is their travels. Because obviously India's about 15, 16 hours. So a good one is travel. A good one is how you feeling? Are you all good? Are you ready for the game? But again, like I said before, we try and make it not so much about the game. Try and make it more about them as people, and not so much as that. But breaking the ice is hard. Some people you might have to poke them a little bit more, and then other people you might not. But definitely there are some guys that might not even want to talk either. They might want to just sit there and have their hair cut. That's totally fine as well.
How fussy are they about their hair? Do they show you pictures or what they've had in the past, or do they trust you blindly because they've been coming here very often now?
Yeah, that's a great question. There are obviously everyone's different. There will be some people that say, I want you to just do what you think is best, but a lot of the time you do have to talk to them in the consultation, and you could say, I think a lower fade would suit you. I think that we should keep it like this. I think so. I think it all depends on the person. A lot of the time though, they do trust us. We are, especially Jordan. He does. He's leading the way in cutting all of them. So he does, or we all do. But we will take the reins on it. Obviously, we're the professionals. So definitely.
So who have you enjoyed cutting the most, if I may put you in a spot there? So he's just scrolling through his cell phone and I can see, that's Prasidh Krishna.
Yeah, he had really cool hair. He had a nice beard. He was a lot of fun to cut. He was a very awesome guy as well. Very, very nice. Happy to chat, happy to do everything. So he was a lot of fun.
When you talk to Jordan about it, so I'll just quickly brief our viewers who Jordan is. Jordan is someone whose brainchild the Barber Club is, if I'm not wrong.
Correct.
And
him and his father, Alex.
Him and his father, and he has been the go-to person for Virat Kohli for a very long time.
Correct.
Now. So when you talk to Jordan, what's the kind of sense which you get from him, and how did that relationship of Jordan grew with Virat Kohli, and what has been happening there? Because Virat doesn't kind of trust a lot of people. He's very close-knit on that front. So Jordan, Virat Kohli, where and how did that happen?
Of course. So I'm not sure exactly when, but to give you a little bit of context with Jordan is one of the, if not the nicest kind of person I've ever met. At the same time, he is so skilled. He's one of the only people that I trust to cut my hair.
Okay.
So when you mix such a genuine person with such good cutting skills, you're not worried about what's happening. So I think with him and Virat, the minute that they kind of connected, and Jordan would have recommended him how to style, how to cut like this, it wouldn't have been kind of anything other than just straight trust. And then over the years, the more that you cut, the deeper the relationship gets. And there's nothing worse than you get a haircut off, someone, and it's not exactly what you get the moment that you find someone that cuts really good hair. That's it. That they're locked in. But Jordan, such a genuine guy, and he's also one thing about Jordan is he'll say, I think we should do a higher fade because it will suit your head shape better. And I'm sure Virat would have loved that kind of honesty as well.
Is it true that he even travels to cut Virat's hair?
Yeah, so
I've seen some reels of him going to London, if I'm not wrong, when Virat is traveling.
So the most recently, I think Virat was in Perth maybe 2-3 weeks ago. And Jordan flew to Perth, which is still interstate, but it's still about 4 or 5 hour flight. So took a Tuesday off and flew over to Perth. But yes, I'm sure he's travelled everywhere to cut his hair. I mean, when someone is that caliber, you are definitely going to cut the hair wherever they want.
Lastly, just putting you in a bit of a spot there. Do you follow cricket? How big are you on cricket?
I know nothing about cricket.
Interesting. So that primarily is one of the reasons why the cricketers trust you a lot, because you talk anything but cricket.
Correct. So a lot of the time, like you just said, and like I touched on before, a lot of the cricketers might not really like to talk about cricket, because especially me as well, and I'm sure you as well. I'm sure everyone at home will feel. You get home, or you maybe got 30 minutes outside of your day. The last thing you want to do is talk about work. So, so I don't know anything about cricket, but again, I think that's why the boys because we just talk about other stuff, going out, food, clothing, whatever. And so I don't know anything about cricket at all. But I know that Virat is the GOAT. He's the greatest.
So he knows Virat is the greatest. Virat trusts these guys for his fresh cuts. So you keep watching TY Sports. That was Lorenzo joining us from Richmond. This is the place where Virat Kohli decently came for his haircut. The great Jordan, the great master, isn't available today, unfortunately, but we'll get him back very soon. And we'll share a lot of pictures with you of Jordan doing his magic and Lorenzo doing his magic on these Indian cricketers. So keep watching TY Sports. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our channel. So keep watching. Thank you, Lorenzo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.